Hello there. Trying to use the live option more for a few different reasons. One of them being my storage on my phone takes up a lot of juice. So I would like to just start getting on here live more often. Right now I am currently sitting in the garden, making sure all the plants get their water today, and I get my sunlight. Just having a light snack, some oranges, and some coffee. Just here to share a quick message during your lunch break, your coffee break, whatever break you take, just here to, refresh your energy. I'm going to be using this mint smudge that I bundled up about a week or two ago. I'd like to call upon my Heavenly Father. Thank you, Heavenly Father, for all that you do in my life. Thank you, angels. Thank you, Archangel Michael, for always protecting and guiding me. For all of the archangels that work with me and send me messages and guide me as well. And I'd like to thank my own spirit guides, specifically my soul guardian. I would like to call upon the angels and the dragons of the light and my ancestors of the light to go ahead and help me cleanse out this energy today that any of myself and the collective may be sitting in, and get rid of any energies that are no longer serving us. I'd like to thank the fire, the air, the earth, and the water. Thank all the elementals, the wind, the rivers, the lakes, the oceans, the sun, the moon. Just love to thank everyone, everyone and everything of this earth. As I calibrate today to the energies that are surrounding me, but without letting them take that energy from me. Consciously connecting with the sun to bring in the messages today. I'm not sure exactly if how I'm going to keep this or do this. I'm just kind of going with the flow, y'all. Just going with the flow. Hi, if you're new here, welcome. My name is Jacqulyn Diane, and this is Dreamaether13. I talk about life, love, spirituality, the universal laws, the law of attraction. I talk about metaphysics. I talk about God and Jesus and the Ascended Masters. I talk about spirits and connecting to your soul. 1:44 on the clock, as I said that. I like to share messages for the chosen ones, the light workers, the star seeds of the planet, with those of you that feel a strong calling to humanity. That is what I do. And I got this peacock over here giving off a show. Like, hi, baby. What are you doing? You're so pretty. Yes, get it. You're so pretty. They'd like to join us today. I've been having peacocks. These are not even my peacocks. These are the neighbors' peacocks. And again, they're not even like my neighbor. Like, yeah, they're my friends' neighbors' peacocks that have been surrounding the yard since I got here about a month and a half ago. I find that very significant. So you may be somebody that resonates with royalty in some way, shape, or form. Spiritual royalty, galactic royalty. Maybe you are a prince or a princess, or a god or a goddess, or a queen or a king. And, you know, a lot of these terms have been, I think, manipulated by the masses for millennia. I don't really think that this world really understands what that means. But we're getting there, and I have hope that we will get there. So, yeah, I'm going to be pulling some angel messages and connecting with our spirit guides here shortly. I just wanted to kind of cleanse the energy that I was, that just needs to be cleansed. So I wanted to come outside and also feel the sun and, consciously connect with the sun to get those downloads that we desperately need, especially right now. It's not, okay, I'm going to say that we desperately need them because we do. We, really do. But it's like you're going to connect with spirit and you're going to connect with the energies in your own way. And you may not even realize that you're doing it. And you may not even be a spiritual person. So I don't want to deter anyone, who's here just because I mentioned the word God or spirit or source. I believe I have a very different belief about this world that we're in. And so when I say God, it's an energy. I'm not picturing a literal man in the clouds, okay? So let's just get that straight. And even Jesus, I believe that we are all Christ's, and this is the shift that we are in. If you're familiar with the New Earth in the Bible or in in New Age spirituality, if you want to call it that, whatever it is for you, we're not really talking about that. We actually, on my channel, we like to leave the window wide open to really expand our consciousness. Definitely not going to answer Biden or Trump, because that's some bullshit. Sorry. I don't talk about politics on this channel. I don't talk about the news. I don't talk about mainstream media, Instagram, following trends, listening to everybody else. I don't talk about that shit. I just come to share a message. This world that we're in right now, a lot of people, they need to hear certain things. And I know that these types of things have helped me in the past. So I figured that I would, share my energy in this way. And I don't want to say that in an egotistical way. I don't want anyone to think that I'm out here oh my God, my energy. Ugh. No. I'm very tapped into myself and into source. And everything, including the wind, the storms, the lightning, the rain, the rivers, the streams that you're used to. I know that you're gonna have it your way or nothing at all. And that's how this world is. And that's not. Boy, I think you're moving too fast. Listen to me. Don't go chasing waterfalls. That song was just kind of coming in right now, so I felt like I should just go with it. Which is, which is what I do these days. Because I find that the more that I'm just in flow and I just do me and I just let my freak flag fly, I feel better, and in turn it helps raise the frequency of the entire planet. As crazy as that sounds, it's very, very true. Thank you for the confirmation. The birds are confirming for me. It is so, so important on the planet right now that we pay attention to our frequency. And, because we've been so programmed, and our subconscious programmings have been running since probably even still now. Like, I'm not perfect, definitely not. Definitely don't ever plan to be perfect, actually. I'm perfectly okay with my imperfect everything. And I love myself. And so I think what I wanted to do first today was come outside and share some affirmations, cleanse the energy, and then I was going to go in and do some tarot readings. I don't really know what Spirit has yet ready for me to share today, but I know that I'm ready to share it, and I know that it will reach exactly who it needs to reach. And there's so many of us in this world that even if like one or two of us is out here sharing a message of hope, because I can tell you right now, my life is not perfect by any means. Just to give you a little bit of a background, I've had addictions and have worked through many different types of addictions in my journey, because this is what it is. This is our journey. This is a journey to self-discovery, and sometimes I guess there are people on this planet that are in their watching, if you will. They're in their resting soul era, and I'm not in my resting soul era. I'm in my bad bitch, and not in a evil way bad bitch, but I'm in a owning my power kind of bitch, kind of vibe. What do they call it? The dark feminine, although the dark divine feminine. And what I mean by that is not being a fawn to the world and letting them take all of my power from me by instilling in false ideas about what it means to be a woman. I must have tied this really tight. I'm trying to remember what I was thinking about. I'm pretty sure whatever I was thinking about when I made this one was pretty bound up. So it definitely needs to be released and burned. I use a lot of nature, and I'll even show you, to heal myself. And I find that even literally even anything, so not only just in this garden here. This is not my garden. I've been taking care of this garden for about a month now. And when I first started here, we had this Swiss chard, and we had all of this was planted actually. But over the last month and a half, everything has really sprouted. We got some jasmine here. We've got some beautiful flowers. These are snapdragons, and I haven't exactly figured out, how that works, but they seem to be growing just fine. They seem to be growing just fine. And this mint, same mint that I got this smudge for, so thank you so much, mint. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. This mint actually kind of saved my life recently, because we haven't always been taught exactly what we can do to disperse or dissolve the energies that we acquire throughout our day. And if you're someone who is scared of these types of things, because I know that in some Christian religions they teach smudging and crystals and cards and divination and all of that. They like to talk a lot of crap about it, but I don't believe in that whatsoever. And in fact, I know better than that. So I don't know why I just needed to say that. I just know that I'm going to be met with some new people that I've never come across, maybe some of the things that I'm sharing, or they may just have a huge bias and they may be running off of subconscious programmings. And if you don't understand what that even means, then I implore you to take a look into what that means. I'll give you someone who I believe would be a great teacher of how to reprogram your mind, and that's Joe Dispenza. Start with him. You know, he really breaks down how our mind works and how it's, you know, how, why we make the habits, why we do the things that we do, and how to change it, and how to do it quick. And it's very scientific, and it's a super sound theory. You know, I don't even believe it's a theory. It's actually been proven. So we'll just take that theory right out the window. Again, if you're just walking into this this live stream, my name is Jackie, and this is Dreamaether, and I just go with the flow here, and I'm just cleansing my energy and the energy of whoever wishes to accept this energy cleanse with me today. I have a new calling over my life that I guess I asked for, and I am so happy to step into this. But I'm just getting started publicly to share all the things that I've gone through and been going through, but also not even just that, like more so sharing, giving people readings, sharing messages with the collective that they need to hear. There's a lot of things that is going on this planet that the mainstream media won't talk about, like dragons. Like, we literally have mythological creatures that are protecting this planet right now, and I very much I feel their presence. And I talk a lot about dragons, and this is the year of the dragon. So if you're interested in hearing what, you know, something different than what you hear on the news about what's really going on in the world, and I mean, y'all believe in reptilians, so why couldn't you believe in dragons? Better yet, angelic human races. Better yet, angelic hybrid human races with other aliens. I mean, this stuff is coming out, you guys. There's nothing more that you guys can keep hiding about the ways that you've been taught. Because I'm not trying to be like rude, but we need to wake up to this. And I'm even being told confirmation. I'm even being told that, like, I need to be doing the readings and things like that, sharing this energy and these messages with people, everyday people, because we really are going through a massive awakening right now on planet Earth. It's mind-blowing, and it blows my mind. And if you've never seen me before, you've never watched any of my videos, I don't know, I suggest going and taking a gander at my library. It will be getting a little bit more organized as soon as I start letting this all flow in. Right now, I'm just in the beginning stages of it, and already the messages that I've received are profound, and they blow my mind so much that it takes me a couple of days to even get the message out, is how much the ops, and if you're new to energy and things like that, there is a lot of hidden you know, forces, if you will, that are definitely trying to get in the way of the messages that I am trying to share and many others on the planet. They're trying to get in the way of them coming out, but they really can't. They can only just delay it. So Spirit told me that I need to start doing lives because they're out there live. Like, this is live, right? You know, I may only have like a couple of people watching right now, but it's also only my first like live. So you know, and I'm not here for clout. I'm not here for my own you know, for my own gain. The only thing that I have to gain here is sharing the message that source, Great Spirit, Heavenly Father, God, the universe, whatever it is that you identify with. Excuse me. Spiritual burps is what they call them. It's a phenomenon, and it does happen a lot. So, anyways, you know, and I do pray, and I will pray again right now that this message is reaching exactly who needs to hear it, in exactly the right time, and please, Heavenly Father, please use me as a vessel, and my higher self, you know, help me to find the words that I can pull down from my higher self that will make sense and that will touch people in the way that they can understand, because I do know that people can only accept the information that I and many others hold. They can only accept that information if they've accepted it in an emotional space. So I pray that whoever is watching this video can release their subconscious programmings, and they can just align with being in an open heart and in a benevolent space with another being that is trying to open up their heart space, really, and get them more connected to their heart, their self, and knowing thyself. And simply by placing your hands on your chest and taking a deep breath like that can really center you in to being more aligned with your heart. And I know that's not a very easy thing to do, but I find the more that I do that, the more that I actually speak from my heart and can connect with my heart and say, and same with any other chakra point in your body. You know, and if you're new to chakras, like, we have 7 of them that are known, mainstream, right? 7 chakras. They're in a red, orange, yellow, green, blue, and purple gradient, all the way to the crown chakra. And so anyways, yeah, I just really want to share messages of hope, and so I am taking a little bit longer than I intended to, because I wanted to come out here and get some sun today to help me you know, get more information from Spirit, from Source, the Sun. And however you relate to that. I don't really know exactly how I relate to that. I do very into ancient Egyptian mythology, and even still, I don't know everything. I definitely will never know all of the things, but I do believe that it is out there and we can tap into it. And the only way that we're going to do that is by tapping into ourselves more. Okay, so I just found a peacock feather, and that's super. That's a super good omen, or a sign, if you will. I don't really know that I like to use the word omen, because just like with everything, people can really twist that stuff up. And even before I saw this feathers here, I saw this one. So cute. They're like the same size too. So whenever I see feathers, first of all, they all have a meaning symbolically. And so what I do is I try to find that. This might even be another peacock feather as well, but from like the underside of it, because the peacocks were in the garden beds when I came out here. But even though we have peacocks like running around the yard right now, I never find one with the blue on it. I mean, I found one neck feather, with the blue on it. So that's super cool. Looks, yeah, and these peacocks are growing back their feathers right now, I think. I don't know, they must have come from somewhere really, I don't know, they look like they've been busted. these poor peacocks, they really look like they've been busted. I'm sorry, guys, I don't mean to be, I'm not talking shit about you, okay? I'm just telling you that they don't have any of their feathers, but then I read that they lose their feathers every year, so that's a sign of birth, or regrowth, or reincarnation, resurrection, whatever you want to call it. So, anyways, I think I could do the smudging in the house as well. I don't know if any of you guys are outside today, but it is warm, and that's okay. We had the most beautiful last couple of days. It was really overcast, and it felt so good, and oh, it feels really good to just sit here right now and feel the sun on my face. You know, I wear this hat to protect my crown, like my crown chakra, because of what is the forces of light and dark that are on the planet right now. You know, I feel like when I take my when I take my hat off, it's like I'm showing my light. You know, like my light is being broadcasted, but I know that it's not. This is just some of the tools that I use when I haven't like mastered my own energy, which I'm getting better at daily. But it's like an old habit. Like every time I go to get on the computer or go on to share a message, it's like I want to tie my hair up, or I want to put my hat on, because it does protect you. I mean, this is why women wear certain headdresses in some religions. I know it's not entirely the reason for them in those cases, but I know in many African cultures that's why they do it. And I don't think that just because I'm a white girl or tan or brown that I don't have African lineage, because I know I do. And Japanese and, you know, South American, Incan, Native American, you know, we have it all. At least I know personally, I do have a lot of different ancestors in my bloodline. And that's not even in just this bloodline, it's my soul's bloodline, if you will. And this is the kind of stuff that we get into on my channel. So, if you're interested, I will be going live again here in a few moments. I need to do some more of the gardening around this space right now so that I can just focus in with spirit. So if you're interested, come back and join me for a live angel message in about I don't know, 20 minutes or so. I'm still gonna come on here anyways and share the message, and oh my gosh, it feels so good to just stand here with the water. Like, I just got out of the shower and I already want to be jumping in the water. So I might just go inside and do that reading really quick. And why don't we just do that? I've never done lives really, like these are new for me. So I know that I can flip around the camera when I go inside and do the reading. And if you'll be patient with me, I'll share that with you right now. So I can just come back out here in a little while. The garden will be fine. We live in Arizona, so it's like they could always use the water. Not worried about it. Okay. So, safely carry y'all with me inside. I am a little barefoot too, which I always like to be when I'm walking on nature. Or walking with nature. Oh, I just lost my peacock feather. Okay, well, there it is. I'm gonna grab it because I can see it. Peacock feather, where did you go? only one out here, so I know that I will find it eventually. Anyways. Also, thank you for joining me as well. Thank you for liking and sharing. Oh, look at this one. See? Oh my gosh, that's so cute. So I just kind of was like sad because I lost that feather, right? And then I gained 2 more. That one and this little buddy baby. Oh, wait, there's more. But wait, there's more. There's one right here. Yesterday I woke up and they were, you know, they usually sleep right outside my window. They usually sleep right outside my window lately. I mean, since I've been staying here. So for like the past month or so, they've been surrounding me, like always. And look, there he goes again. Can you see him over there? Hi, baby. Yeah, I see you looking at me. Did you see that? I don't know if you guys could see that, but he was old. Anyways, yeah, let's go inside and cool off. I don't know what the temperature is today here in Arizona, but it's definitely humid, and that's not something I'm used to. Like, the humidity is off the charts right now, but that's okay. All right. So bear with me as we get inside, and hey Hank, hey buddy. And yeah, bear with me while we get inside here and I get so we can do a message from our angels or just get some messages from our spirit guides and things like that today. So thank you so much if you have been watching this far. And also thank you for the likes and the subscribes and the shares and all that stuff. Thank you, thank you. Okay. So we are going to get started here. Thank you all for being here. Someone said cowgirl. Somebody was talking about Biden or Trump, and I'm sorry, like I said, I don't talk about that. Welcome to my space. Welcome, welcome. All right, so we have a couple of messages to get out, and how do we want to start these? Okay, so let's go ahead and start with Zodiac. All right, Spirit. So who do we have a message for today, or who is my viewer currently watching this video? And we got Virgo. Okay. So I don't know if whoever is watching is a Virgo, but we will see what other messages for any other signs that may be coming across this video today would like to hear. Okay. And this Virgo, you know, some of their immutable sign. Oops. I just dropped all these cards. Just dropped all of these cards. So let's just start off with that. Oh, nice job, Joey. Heck yeah, Virgo Sun and Moon. Virgo Sun, I got you. I got you. That is freaking awesome. I only have 2 people watching right now, so that's 3444 on my clock too. That's a really good sign for me. That's so cool. Like I said, this is the first time I've ever really gone live and also used my cards. So we're talking about a Virgo. Let's go ahead and just connect here with that. And since he says Joey elements, let's get into the the Elemental Tarot. Okay, so we're going to get with the messages. Also, welcome. I'm going to ring the bell before we get started. All right, so today we have the nature spirits talking about an earth sign, Virgo. All right, Spirit, thank you so much for... I don't usually shuffle that way, so I don't know why I was trying to do that. Just to do what you normally do, Jack. Just do what you normally do. This is new for me to go live, so... and also, I don't usually set things up this way. Usually I'm facing the camera, but I find that, I don't know, I'm being called to work with different ways. So let me go ahead and just connect here with the situation that I have going, because my phone is all wobbly. All right, we're just going to go with it. We should be fine. We should be fine here. Okay. All right, Spirit. What message do we have today for... These 3 cards just fell right out. All right, so we have the 2 of... No, we have, 2 of Wands, the King of Pentacles, and the Wheel of Fortune. So I'd like to thank you all for joining me today. And if you were just joining me, we did a smudge for about 33 minutes and 3 seconds I saw on the clock. So that might be significant for you. We did a smudge in the garden. If you want to rewind the video, go ahead and do that. If not, you know, however you want to do that. So we have the 2 of Wands. The 2 of Wands is oriented towards the west. And you know what's funny is we literally are, like this is the west in my house, which is kind of funny. And so these cards actually too, the way this whole setup is totally different than when I just record. So like just record from my camera versus going live. So I'm just getting acclimated, okay? All right, so this represents looking back over past achievements. It is good to look back and review our assets. Our past is rich with successful accomplishments, which will become the foundation for new endeavors. And if you just missed the beginning of this too, I did just find some feathers. Kind of looks like the robin here. An inner calling is driving us to deep creative work. The 2 of Wands is poised in reflection, a solitary moment before advancing into something fresh. We are fueled by a passion to begin a new endeavor, and it is good to possess the clarity that comes from wisdom gained through past experiences. We should also recognize the importance of listening closely to our inner stirrings. Okay, so that's kind of very that's very interesting, because before I started this reading, I was struggling with my own inner stirrings and but what I mean by that is, you know, struggling to get out of my own way. You know, maybe you've been feeling like you are stuck, or that you should be doing something that you feel like you're not doing, or whatever that may be. But what I'm getting from this is that we need to look back into our past and actually give ourselves credit for where we've come, how far we've come, and also recognize the importance of listening closely to our inner stirrings. So if you've got something in you that's calling you, that feels like a calling to you, maybe from, I don't know, I would say like source, or God, or the universe, listen to it, you know, like listen to it. We're being called right now to to be listening to our inner self. If you watched my reading yesterday, if you haven't, I suggest go reading it if you're feeling connected to this message and some of the angels numbers that I mentioned here as well. I highly suggest that, I know it's hard and not a lot of people want to do it. Not a lot of people want to sit with themselves, especially when we don't know how to understand our own minds. And I'm a huge, huge, huge believer in Joe Dispenza's work that he does about basically how to reprogram your mind. We've been hearing about that kind of stuff through meditation and different spiritual modalities for a long time. So, there is some clarity that comes from that. A lot of clarity. So the robin is the harbinger of spring, and this is so weird. Okay, so yesterday I was talking about how I feel like even though we just had this solstice, I've been feeling like we are literally spiritually coming out of winter into spring. And so that's kind of interesting. Robins inhabit most of North America and can be found in a variety of habitats such as marshes, fields, forest edges, orchards, and gardens. They are one of the first birds to sing at dawn and one of the last to sing as evening arrives. The robin is a symbol of new beginnings. It speaks of joy, hope, renewal, and a bright future. It also represents progress that may have been slow and arduous, but with proper focus and patience, spiritual ideals are being achieved. The robin lays beautiful powder blue eggs, and I totally just found it has to be a robin egg in the front yard just the other day. And sadly, I couldn't find the nest, but I have the egg. I don't know why I felt like that needed to be called out, but which are symbolic of the incubation of new. Okay, so the robin lays beautiful powder blue eggs, which are symbolic of the incubation of new ideas and a new life born out of the aspirations to express our highest creative goals. And this is giving me a lot of this energy that we've been going through collectively on the planet here. I don't know why somebody would want to delete their comment, but whatever. Anyway, so that's kind of giving me something that I feel like I need to share. So a lot of people on this planet have been dealing with narcissists, people who are highly judgmental, like, you know what I mean? Super judgmental to the point where they make people feel like any sort of misspelt word, mispronounced word, words that aren't supposed to, I don't know, all of that stuff to me on this channel is bullshit. I don't want anyone on this channel to ever fear like whatever they say, it needs to be correct. It doesn't. Please own your power by just being authentically who you are, because that's what this world needs. And I don't know if you're still here watching that might have triggered somebody too much. But that's okay. Like, literally, we need to recognize that we're all human and we're perfectly imperfect, and that's okay. Okay? So, ash trees are found throughout the world. They were held sacred by the Druids, who often used the wood to make wands. And this is the Two of Wands card. The wood is straight grained and white. The gray bark forms fissures as the tree ages, which is a distinctive identifying feature. Ash burns with an intensely hot flame, leading it to its identification with the elements of fire and air in ancient mythologies. Symbolically, the ash tree is associated with expansion and a higher perspective. Its massive root system is a grounding force, reminding us of the value of a foundation developed through past success. Okay, cool. So, I've been feeling called to be getting a little bit more grounded, and so I might even actually stop after this video and do some meditation and some groundwork for myself as well. When we're on the verge of setting out to seek our higher goals, the ash tree reminds us of the importance of staying grounded and focusing our energies through planning and inner reflection. And, you know, tarot can be a way to connect with your inner reflection as well, because energy doesn't lie. The yellow poppy is also known as the wood poppy. So this is the yellow poppy. In spring and early summer, it covers forest floors with carpets of deep yellow flowers. Historically, this plant has had a rich connection to humanity. Poppies were cultivated as long ago as the dynasties of the Egyptian pharaohs. They have been found in tombs dating back 3,000 years. To the Greeks, they were a symbol of fertility, strength, and health. In modern floral symbolism, they represent wealth and success. And if you're new to my page, I would suggest taking a look at my video from yesterday's reading if this is resonating with you. Okay. So the Two of Wands is really just helping us to focus on foundation and connecting with the elements around us and things like that. So King of Pentacles. I should have started with my other deck, to be honest. I wasn't really going with my gut when I started this. I got excited because somebody was talking about how that was their sign, the Virgo, that I pulled first. So anyways, we're going to tap in, and I'm going to not pay attention too much to the comments and things like that, because they can sometimes have an effect, I think, on people's energies, especially mine when I am trying to read. So I'm just going to do a little smudge as my incense has already gone out. And you know, I'm not perfect by any means. So if you're here for perfect, you're not going to find it. And honestly, you won't find that anywhere. So I hope that you release that for yourself. So we're just going to cleanse the energies. You guys would be surprised at what happens when you go live, you know? Like, you're not, like, I already prayed before I started, right? But the trolls are real, y'all. And, you know, people like to give away their energy so easily, even with when this person that was trying to connect in the beginning, like, which is awesome. And I love that. But also, they like immediately like disappeared, right? I don't know what happened, or if they were just a child or what it was, but it doesn't matter, I guess. People have shit going on, and I tend to not intentionally not give people my full attention when I so I'm not trying to be rude about that. But the King of Pentacles. It does make it harder when you have when you can see people's comments. I'm not gonna lie, because I'm just getting used to really letting my mind free and sharing it with everybody. So thank you for being here, and thank you for listening, if you are still here. So the King of Wands is talking about, the King of Pentacles, I'm sorry, I don't know why I said the King of Wands. The King of Pentacles is deeply grounded and rules the earthly realm with all of its riches and rewards. Hard work, perseverance, and great enterprise have brought him to this position of material mastery. Also, key to his success, this king's recognition of the importance of dedication to spiritual discipline. He represents, or he respects and upholds the sacredness of the earth, honors the importance of the sacred in all endeavors, and maintains a high ethical standard. He always acts according to his most noble intentions and principles. Only a diligent, disciplined individual can manifest fulfillment at this level. A lifetime of work and service clearly illustrates that this king is dedicated to his most sacredly held spiritual vision. So if you're new here, welcome. Sounds like you are doing the work that is necessary, that you've been doing the work, and you sound like somebody who's been doing the work for lifetimes. Now, we have the blue grouse pictured in this card as well. The blue grouse is a large grouse native to the coastal regions of the Rocky Mountains of North America. It lives in mixed forests, enjoying a diet of seeds, berries, and insects. Mating rituals of the grouse are distinctive. I thought that was a plant, honestly. Wow, that must be the bird. Anyways, it looked like a turkey to me, so I was kind of like, what? Where's his face even? Like, where's his freaking beak even? Is that his butt? Sorry. Like, where's his freaking face? That can't be his face. Anyways, it's kind of reminding me of the peacocks that were in the front yard. Okay, mating of the rituals of the grouse are distinctive. The male raises its chest feathers in a colorful display, flutters its wings, and drags them on the ground. While traveling in short, spiraling flights, the performance is specifically designed to impress the females. Peacocking. Relating to its mating ritual, much of the symbolism of the grouse is about rhythm and dance. It performs the dance of creation, moving in a sacred spiral. The spiral is an ancient symbol of birth and rebirth. We've gotten 2 cards now. This card and this card were both about birth and rebirth. And I was talking about the peacock feather that we found at the beginning of the reading. And the peacocks that were in the yard. Very significant here. Very significant. Okay, so interesting. Relating to its mating rituals, much of the symbolism of the grouse is about rhythm and dance. It performs the dance of creation, moving in a sacred spiral. Much like the time that we are in is not linear, time is spiral. The spiral is an ancient symbol of birth and rebirth. The dance is a marking of sacred space, and this territorial bird represents protectiveness and paternal strength. The grouse is believed to be one of the oldest visionaries and symbolizes great skill in using personal power. It encourages us to be aware of the energies we send into the world and demonstrates the ability to observe and understand how they spiral back to us. This is funny because of what I was just talking about just a moment ago. The grouse lives the rhythm and cycles of nature and teaches us to harmonize with the earth. Its many lessons include personal fulfillment, moving with purpose, and dancing vibrantly as we journey through life. We have the blackberry plant, and although the canes die off each year, the roots live on and produce new canes laden with lush, edible berries. This trailing plant spirals around anything it can find if it is not controlled. Many consider it invasive because once established, the powerful roots can run deep and the plant will soon emerge everywhere. Blackberries grow worldwide as are highly valued as an excellent food source and are an integral part of the ecosystem. The American elm, also known as the white elm or water elm, is native to eastern North America. It is an extremely hardy tree. Okay, so we moved on to the elm tree. It's an extremely hardy tree. It's also known as the white elm or the water elm. And it can withstand the harshest growing conditions. Interesting, because there's an elm tree in the backyard that I've been watering, that I've been wondering if it's going to take root and survive, but I give love to it every day. The small wing-shaped seeds are dispersed on the wind and often become established where the land in habitats such as rich farmland, waterways, and riverbanks. The elm is a tree of great strength and is associated with earth energy. It is symbolic of being well grounded. The wood of the elm has an interlocking grain, making it almost impossible to split, a quality that leads us to the meanings of strong will and stability. These qualities are inherent in the King of Pentacles. So what I'm getting from that is that you are actually very grounded. That card was all about grounding and being grounded and stable in the harshest of conditions. You know what I mean? Like in the harshest of conditions, being able to stay stable and survive is a lot. And it also gives me, there's symbol, the blackberry is for money and protection. It represents expansion, fertility, and bounty. It represents connection and great depth of character, ideas suggested by its deep running root system. So somebody's working on a legacy. Somebody's working on generational wealth. We got this Wheel of Fortune here. This Wheel of Fortune. I like the way that this card is showing up. Is that Jasmine on the card? Let me find it. All right, if I would have just held on a moment. Okay. All right, so the Wheel of Fortune turns with the cycles of the universe. Life flows in a perpetual rhythm. We observe this in the movement of the moon, the oceans, the seasons, the planets, time, and in the passage from birth to death. Cycles beyond our vision include the movement of the stars, solar systems, and galaxies. The wheel extends into cycles far beyond our imagination. From a personal perspective, the Wheel of Fortune is the creative force behind our inner cycles of experience. Very much so, connecting with our inner child. Upon the wheel, our lives turn, and we are bound to the past. It spins the wheel of karma, which is any action from our past that must be reconciled, whether good or bad. The past shapes and creates our present, and the present creates our future experiences. Thus, the wheel keeps us eternally in the past, present, and future. If we are unaware of the things we set in motion, we call the events that occur in our lives luck, destiny, or fate. In this way, our lives turn. One manner of release from the wheel is waking to personal responsibility. We cannot know the complexities of life's cycles, but with the will and determination, we can consciously decide to align with the greater wheel that turns the evolving universe. And if you're tuning in right now, there's very much something major happening this year. Something major is happening this year, maybe in Virgo season for some of you. In about 4 to 6 months, this could be happening. We have the power to remove ourselves from the wheel that spins, the lower cycles of experience, and take up a higher turning. This will surely lead to changes in our personal experience. The Wheel of Fortune teaches us expansion, advancement, and a deeper understanding of the perpetual forces of life. Now, I've been seeing a lot of spiders lately, and maybe not necessarily the orb spider. I think that would freak me out. I don't know. But anyways, you may have been seeing a lot of spiders lately. A couple of years ago, I was seeing spiders so much that I was kind of freaked out about it. And that I think if I remember correctly, spiders just represent shadow. So I know I've been being called to do a little bit more shadow work, as we're always called to be doing shadow work. The beautiful marble orb weaver is a most beneficial spider, eating countless garden pests in its lifetime. To have this spider's wheel-shaped web in your garden is indeed a blessing. Symbolically, the spider is the weaver of the web of life. It shows us how the past, present, and future are all interconnected. It symbolizes creativity, will, and inspiration. The spider teaches us to grow, teaches us to focus from our center to be better understand what is manifesting around us. This master weaver shows us the tapestry of life and how the web we weave creates our destiny. So this is kind of giving me a lot of manifestation energy. Being aware of how our thoughts actually create our future, and being in tune with that. And I'm just noticing here a couple of these other symbols here. All of these, every single one of these symbols. This is why I love this Nature Spirits deck so much. Is because of the symbolism in the cards. So if you're, I don't claim to be like any other reader out there. And I don't just read these cards. I have other cards that I've channeled myself. I have several other decks. But I started in with this deck because of the first couple viewers that were resonating with the sign of Virgo. And his last name, or his name on his handle, had elements in it. So I figured that was a sign for me to get the elements deck, the nature element. So nature spirits, I guess is what it's called, nature spirits. So either way, I probably should have just gone with my gut, but that's okay. I'm dedicated to finishing how I started. So this was the energy that was being, that came out in the first couple shuffles. So we're going to continue here. We're going to talk about the rest of the card. So Camellia, or Love Light, which I'm believing is this plant here. It kind of looks like jasmine to me, but the jasmine flower, the flower on it looks different. So it's not what it's a love light. It's called a love light. The best known camellia species grow wild in Japan, Korea, and China. At least 300 years ago, it was developed for gardens and is now treasured all over the world. Most appropriately, the symbolic meaning of camellia is, my destiny is in your hands. Here rests the wheel. Wow, that sounds pretty intense if you ask me. And the 4 directions of the wheel, so inside of the wheel, we have the Karen beetle, which if you watched my reading yesterday, which I highly suggest you do if you're resonating with this reading, we have the Karen beetle facing the west. Interesting, because we had this card in the beginning that was talking about the west. And you know what this is giving me? Okay, so this is giving me Native American, the creation stories. I think I found it this morning, actually. No, where did I see it? The creation stories, yeah, of the Native Americans and how they here it is. No, that's about eclipses. Okay, but interesting. I had it just here a moment ago, earlier. Maybe I left it out on the table in the kitchen. I think I'm sitting on it. There it is. Yes, sir. That's what it is. Okay, more about the eclipses. So I'm feeling like there's something that I need to talk about again and do some more research about the eclipse coming up. We are still in between this, I call this portal, this eclipse portal from the last one that we just had. When was that? Was that in March? April 8th was when we had that. Yeah, April 8th was the day that we had that, and only a few days later, I lost a friend of mine, so that just kind of... that's crazy. Okay. So, let me... All right. So the Karen beetle represents earth. The mayfly represents water. The wasp represents fire, and the butterfly represents air. These are aspects of the evolutionary cycle turning the wheel. I find that pretty significant because, like, in a healthy yard, I feel like you should have all of those bugs. Those allies, if you will. So that was the green mayfly, the wasp, so technically the card is like this, like that's the west. This would be the west, right? Anyways, but that might be significant because we are going through a pole shift right now. I don't know if anyone's aware of that, but it's very much happening. Okay, the 4 corners of the card represents the law of the universe, the laws of the universe that are perpetual and cannot be changed. And I love that because we were totally talking about the universal laws in the beginning of my life. So I always love when spirit comes through for me like that. And they cannot be changed. They are perpetual and cannot be changed. They are depicted by totem plants of the 4 fixed astrological signs. Wheat is symbolic of Taurus and the element of earth. And I don't know if you guys have ever seen like wheat actually grow. I recently stumbled upon a sacred Native American agricultural site here in Arizona, down between Tucson and Chandler. Luckily, I had my ancestors with me, and they did not give us a ticket, but I was warned. But the cool thing about it was that I got to see a lot of this, like, ancient grains, if you will. Literal ancient grains. 1111. I was going to say 111 on the clock, but it technically was 11. Anyways, 11 might be a significant number for you. Wheat is symbolic of Taurus and the element of earth. It represents prosperity, riches, and fertility. Dandelion is symbolic of Leo in the element fire and is considered prophetic. It is also known as the Oracle of Time. Rhododendron? Rhododendron? That's an interesting, I've never even heard of that before. It's symbolic of Scorpio in the element water. It represents caution and self-control. And the orchid is symbolic of Aquarius in the element air, and it represents ecstasy, beauty, and magnificence. So let's go ahead and just close this reading off, and I need to do some meditating. 111 on the clock. Let's get some messages from my own personal deck here. This is not something that I made personally. I mean, it is something I made personally, but these were channeled to me. Basically, not channeled to me, I guess you couldn't say that, but I was called to make these cards from a book that I have that has about 100 angel messages. And the book that I have, that I channeled these cards through, is right here, in case anybody is interested in it, because I always share the books that I've read and things like that. This book right here is where I got the cards. Okay, and the first angel message that we have is: a financial windfall is coming. Don't worry, your finances will improve and all will be okay. You may needed to hear that today. I know I definitely needed to hear that today. I haven't worked for anyone else in over a year. And I'm really stepping into my calling now, which is still unfolding. And this is part of how I can connect to spirit and how I connect to myself. And I know that the world is in need of a lot of the messages that that I can channel as I allow myself to be a vessel for spirit. So anything else you would like me to share today in this message with anybody? Any other angel messages that you would like to share with the collective? Listen to someone who needs an ear. Offloading their troubles will help them to see the situation clearly. So I'm always one to be available to talk with anyone. If any of my lives come across your feed and you are in need of some guidance, don't feel afraid or ashamed or fearful to ask. I'm actually a very nice person, and I like to give freely. Honestly, I really do. I really enjoy sharing time with people, especially when they need somebody, as I think we all need somebody a lot more than we admit. So when I allow myself to just tap into myself and be myself, I find that the messages become a little bit more clear, you know? So have patience with me as I, collaborate to the energies of the planet and energies of the people that are tapping in, and make sure that I deliver the messages that people need to hear. I'm going to start creating a little bit, doing a little bit, spicing it up a little bit. Spice it up a little bit. Just want to spice it up. Just be free spirited. Just be free spirited here. Okay, so I'm feeling like I should tap this live out and do some meditating and do some kundalini for myself, kind of charge up my worth a little bit before I get back on here and do another reading. Spend your money wisely. Do not overspend on things that you do not need. I don't know if that's necessarily just talking about spending time or spending money wisely, but currency is a flow, just like money. So staying in the flow and using your energy wisely as well. Don't overspend on things that you do not need. And simple joys are best. Sit outside and watch the wildlife. So I'm getting a huge calling right now to literally go outside and sit in the sun, sit in the clover fields outside of my house, and without anything else, any other distractions, just with me and spirit. And you can check back in, and I always have something to say that could be of help, so I suggest liking, sharing, or subscribing to my channel. And we can unfold this spiritual umbrella together, as I do not have labels here. I do not identify as anything other than working for source. You know, I do use labels like light workers, star seeds, chosen ones, 144,000, God's workers, prophets, priestesses, priests. I was going to say, is it prophetesses? Is that how you say that? Either way, I tap into the divine, and so I'm going to be obedient right now and go clear out and download some new codes today with the sun in the clover field. So I appreciate your time, and I really, really enjoyed spending this time with you. And whoever comes across this message at any time in future, I hope that it gives you exactly what you needed. And just to kind of cleanse, you know, yours and my energy together, so that we don't absorb anybody else's unnecessary BS. And remember, only take what resonates and leave the rest for somebody else. This reading came out a little bit messy, and so bear with me. I don't normally share my energy as I record, and so I think that has something to do with it. So, but my situation right now is that my phone, it only has so much memory. So when I record something for an hour and a half, it takes sometimes a day to get online. And then it leaves me completely paralyzed from being able to do anything on my phone, for one, and for two, the message, it gets stuck for a long time, and it needs to come out when it needs to come out. But so anyways, we're figuring it out. Thank you so much, guys. I appreciate you. Thank you, and have a great day.